All right, let's try this last one. Here I have a 4 on the outside, and the 4 is going to say hi to 7x minus 8 on the inside. So let's start with the 7x. So the 4 is going to say hi to the 7x by multiplying. We are going to keep the original operation, which is subtraction, the same in our problem. Then the 4 also wants to say hi to the 8. So I have in parentheses 4 saying hi to the 8 by multiplying. All right, again, this is where we solve our groups of parentheses. So 4 times 7x. All that is saying is you have a group that has 7x in it and you want 4 of those groups. So if I have 7x 4 times, how many x's would I have total if I added those up? I would have 28x. So I have 28x, keeping our original operation that was in the problem the same at minus. Now we have to do 4 times 8. Last time I checked, 4 times 8 is 32, so I'm going to write 32 here. Now, tricky question. Can I add these two together? These two numbers and integers together? The answer is no. If you look, 28x, this one has an x. 32, does it have an x after it? The answer is no. So I cannot add these two together because they have nothing in common right now. So your final answer is just 28x minus 32. Look at this last one. Now, we know our acronym is say hi and multiply, but if we look at this problem, there are no parentheses or a number outside the parentheses that is trying to say hi to everything in the house. So in this case, this is actually the answer, and it wants us to work backwards to figure out what were they distributing and multiplying to get this answer. So we know that when we say hi and multiply, we need to have parentheses, and we're going to have a number on the outside, and we're going to have some type of operation and numbers on the inside. Well, if you look in the answer that they gave us, or the problem they gave us, there was a plus sign. So for the problems that we're going to be doing today, our operation is going to be staying the same throughout the whole problem. So that means this plus sign is going to be staying the same in our parentheses. Now, let's figure out, what do you notice about the integers 15 and 10? What multiplier or factor do they have in common? Well, if you list the multiples of 15, there's 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. Now, if I list the multiples of 10, I have 1 and 10, 2 and 5. So if you look at these numbers or these facts that I just listed, what number does both the green and red have in common? Well, they have the number 5 in common. So that means we are going to try to make groups of 5 from this problem right here. So I want to figure out how many groups of 5 can I pull out of 15? Well, the answer would be 3. But because there's this x right here, this little x, he's like your little brother or sister. You can't go anywhere without them. He has to stay with that 3 because we want 15 x's. We don't just want 15, we want 15 x's. Now let's figure out how many groups can you pull out of 10? Well, the answer would be 2. I can pull out 2 groups of 5. Now that we have a distributive property, like we've been practicing or watching earlier in this video, we're going to double check our answer by, quote unquote, saying hi and multiplying. So let's check. Here's my 5. He is going to say hi to the 3x and multiply. So what I have is 5 times 3x. Keep my operation the same, so keep that plus sign the same. Then I also have 5 who wants to say hi to the 2. So I have 5 times 2. Now let's solve to make sure that this answer that we just figured out up here is correct. If I want 5 groups of 3 x's, so each group has 3 x's, how many x's would I have total? The answer would be 15x. Keep that operation, the plus sign, the same, and 5 times 2 is 10. Does this answer that we just found out right here in green match the problem that they gave us above? The answer is yes. So that means this is our distributive property or the distributive problem that we started with to figure out the original problem that they gave us. So all we did is we worked backwards. Instead of distributing, we found a common integer or a common multiple that these factors had in common and pulled it out, and then figured out how many groups of that we could have and put that in parentheses. Then we double checked our work by solving using the distributive property just like we have been using.